What's up, y'all? It's your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger. And guess what? Your boy got something to say. If you haven't heard, or you have heard, but you don't want to believe it, Neyo is Neyo is my dude. Here's the thing. On one interview, he was basically answering a question dealing with parents with transsexual kids. And pretty much the interview, he basically was like, I don't understand. What's the case of giving a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, even a 12-year-old, the power to change their gender? He pretty much just said it just don't make sense. In a time like this, it don't make sense. And even though there was a social media apology, he did another video basically saying, yo, this ain't no apology. This ain't the apology that I wanted to push out. If you were offended, and I'm sorry, because that wasn't the case, but I'm not going to double down. I'm not going to back down. I'm actually going to double down on what I just said. It don't make sense. And people trying to cancel this brother, they trying to cancel him because of his honesty, his honesty, his opinion on what he believes and the truth. And here's my thing. I agree with the dude. I support the dude. Why? Because it doesn't make sense for parents to be putting their children in a position to choose something very important. Like your kid was born a boy for a reason. Your kid was born a girl for a reason. And for you to give your power of position away to your kid to choose their gender because they feel some type of way, that puts you in a position of wondering, are you really a good parent? I don't care what nobody say. I don't. Because since when are we skipping a whole lot of stuff? A kid is not even fully developed enough to even understand what is it about their stuff, their sexual identity. They don't understand this stuff. But yet this is the type of stuff they're being pushed in schools. This is the type of stuff they're being pushed in libraries. This is the type of stuff that's going to be pushed, if not already, in cartoons, in music. If it ain't been done, it's being done. But yet, here's the thing. When we attack people for not understanding what the case may be, I may not be a parent right now. I may not understand what goes on in the kid's head of today. But I know one thing, when I was a kid, there was no thought of wanting to be a girl. There was no thought of me wanting to change my identity. There was nothing in my mind that made me want to sniff my stuff off, just to feel different, just to be different. There was other stuff that I was going through growing up. I had a hard time talking. I had a hard time comprehending things. I had a hard time expressing how I really feel with words, per se. I'm not going to say I didn't let it be known, but there were ways of me trying to express it. But the last thing, or better yet, there was never a thought of me wanting to become a girl. Nothing. There was nothing even question that it popped in my mind wanting to be gay. Even though I was surrounded by too many people that wanted to label me that because they didn't understand what was the case. But they showed play the game. They showed play the game and they picked the right person to play it with. Leaving me out wondering what is the case of folks doing this to me. So I may not know what's the thought of the kids of today, of this society, of this generation, of this era. But I know one thing for sure. Parents are dropping the ball around on this subject. Like Dwayne Wade. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball and Gabrielle Union is carrying it. I said it. And the truth of the matter is, when parents start giving, like we always been told, your parents are your parents, they're not your friend. Is this the case? Is this the case of parents trying to be their kids' friends as opposed to their kids' parent? You don't birth your friends. You birth children. You birth the next generation. And once you give birth to that generation, you train them up to do what is right. That's if you, in the word like me, train up a child in the way they should go. So when they get older, they don't depart from it. And some parents that knows this word are already about to try their best to go against the word because for some reason they don't feel comfortable with the truth. But yet they're wanting, it's funny how the letter people are too quick to counsel anybody that disagree. They're willing to counsel anybody that don't understand. And they definitely counsel folks who will not affirm the lifestyle, who will not approve the choice, because they don't believe that this is a choice. They believe that they were born this way. But at the end of the day, when we see people being canceled for saying I disagree, that lets us know we're not living in a world where we're gonna have civilized conversation anymore. Because certain topic is off the question. Certain subject is off the table. Either you down or you not. Either you get down or you lay down. This is what the letter people is basically gonna tell us. If not, they already said it. At the end of the day, when we get to the point where a disagreement means you don't need to be making a living, that's a problem. Where a disagreement makes a person say you don't need to be working, that's a problem. You don't need to be living, period. That's a problem. At the end of the day, what Neyo said was not wrong. It wasn't wrong. If anything, we should be saluting people like Neyo who said, I'm going to stand on this. Otherwise, we're going to continue to support people who want to continue to be disillusional and then bring confusion into the midst. And then to top it all off, we're going to have to deal with people who are going to defend this delusion. We're going to have to deal with people who are going to support the confusion. You can say whatever you want to say, but when it's all said and done, if we can't come to an agreement to disagree in the midst of a conversation or any topic in general, then hey, there's no point of having a conversation. Because even in the Bible lets it be known, it's best to never talk to a fool. It's best never to correct a fool. It's never to try to challenge a scoffer. Because they will go against you and try their best to embarrass you. And then to top it all off, if you try to check a fool, you end up being one. And no one will tell the difference. But nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear the truth. Nobody want to hear that side of the truth. All they want to hear is somebody telling you that it's okay. Well, I got news for you, especially for the letter people who got their own church. Jamal Bryant don't speak on behalf of the black church, so his apology is void. His apology towards you all are void. Until he really talked to all the black churches, he can't speak on behalf of the black church. Therefore, that that apology is like a bounce check. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't solid enough. Sorry to tell y'all that, but yeah, this is what y'all want. Y'all want somebody from the kingdom to apologize on behalf of the kingdom, when the kingdom never even sent somebody to apologize on their behalf. Sorry to tell you this, but the apology is no good. It don't go in against it. It will never go against what the word say. We're never going against what the king say. We're gonna continue to do what the king say. We're not gonna affirm this, but we're not gonna hate you. We're not going to support what you do, but we're gonna love you and point you to the cross. Because when it's all said and done, the point is the cross. Like my dude STL said, my point is the cross. That's where we're pointing at. At the end of the day, if you claim love, then guess what? The real love is pointing towards the cross. And it's up to you to choose whether you want that love or you just want to continue to do what you do. But if you, in the midst of canceling people, you're going to learn. You don't cancel folks because you disagree, because they disagree. You're not going to cancel nobody. If y'all haven't learned anything from Dave Chappelle, what makes you think that it's okay to just cancel anybody? I'm just saying. But you know what? That's just me. If you like what you heard, there's a like button. If you dislike what you heard, there's a dislike button. Comment. Give me your 2 cents. And you can disagree too. But as long as you're not disrespectful, you're all right with me. Subscribe. Share this video. Let's continue this conversation. And who knows? One day we may end up being live. But until then, it's your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger. Make sure you get that Man Under Construction. It's on all the platforms from iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube. You name it, it's there. Until then, once again, it's your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger. And as always, continue to sharpen one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Laborers.